And now we're going to have an address by Brandon.
How everybody feeling? How everybody feeling? I want to first off thank each and every one of you all for being a part of this. This is a monumental moment in my life, and for you all to celebrate this with me, I am overjoyed and I am so appreciative for each and every one of you, so give yourselves a round of applause. Now, I didn't have the opportunity to prepare words, so I'm just gonna come from the heart if you don't mind. Just spend a little time with me. I'm gonna go on a journey. I want you all to take this journey with me. Is that okay? As my dad stated before, there's a moment when parents feel like, hey, my child finally gets it, right? But I wanna talk about the other side of that. As a child, when you come to the moment with your parents, when you say, job well done, right? There's a moment in each of our lives where that century point intersects and blessings like this happen. My father is somebody that I have looked up to all of my life since I was a young child. And if you allow the statistics to dictate your life, the statistics say that black fathers are not in the home. That wasn't the case with me. As he stated, I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth, but I did have a leg up. And what many of my fellow peers, when I would see them, fall into certain traps or not have the proper guidance, I didn't understand it because my father was always there if I needed an ear to ask him about a decision that I was going to make. A part of this community understands and loves my family, from my grandfather, Jimmy Lee, to my grandmother, Miss Dorothy, to all of the Crum children, my uncle Harry, my uncle Leon, who isn't here, my father, and my aunt Tamika. If you guys could, give them a round of applause for the legacy that they have left for each of us to follow. I think that they set the bar kind of high for us, right? All of them were able to go to college and not only go, but graduate. And they poured that substance that they got into us. I'm gonna speak for my father when I say that he went to a HBCU that he loved, and I know that he had to stand up straight when he said that Jeremy and I got a scholarship to Alabama State University. For those that don't understand that context, Tuskegee University, where my father attended, and Alabama State University are bitter rivals. And actually, we won Labor Day Classic this year, by the way. Just a little bit. But I want to tell you guys about a little story, and I think that this is probably the most important thing that happened in my life that kind of put me on the path to where I'm going. When I was 15 years old and I was in high school, due to the recession and things that were going on in this country, I want to say fortunate enough to have to move back to Flint, Michigan, where I was born. Now, if you guys don't know, Flint, Michigan is a place where, at the current time in our history, doesn't even have clean water. This is a place that took me under its wing and taught me a lot of the things that I should know and should go towards, and a lot of the things that I should not and go away from. And I think both of those are in a unique balance in my life, in the sense of I always knew what and who I wanted to be like and what and who I did not want to be like. So when I was in Flint, Michigan, I was into some things that I should not have been a part of. At that time, my mother was going through mental health situations, and you know, especially right now in the black community, mental health is a top priority for us to bring that stigma to a halt and us to be able to address those issues that we are having mentally. And my mother went through a breakdown, and at that time, between the ages of 17 through the rest of my time in high school, I lived in a home in Flint, Michigan by myself. I knew at that time that I was mature enough to take on adulthood, even though maybe some of you guys think I should not have. But thanks to my mother and my father that raised me in the right way, I was able to overcome a lot of the challenges and the things that a lot of my friends fell into. I had some of my friends pass away. I have some of my friends who will be in jail for the rest of their lives. And I say that to say this: God has a purpose for our lives, because people that I was extremely close to, and when my father says he made it to law school and then he said their brain is not any better, I had a syndrome to feel like because I come from this background and I was involved with some of these things that I should not be here. But when I saw that I was supposed to be there, and not only that, but I could outcompete some of my classmates, I knew that there was nothing but God that was guiding my way. I mean, the entire way. When I say that God is guiding my way, I'm not saying that he's just a light in a tunnel, but he's actually grabbing my hand and walking with me through all of the things that I will go through in my life. And I believe that just as Job believed that when God led him through good and the time when Job was going through not so good, right? So I want to say this: the opportunity to go to law school and not only go but to finish, the opportunity to take the bar and pass it on my first time is not something that I take lightly. And I understand that less than 1% of the legal community is African American male. I understand the burden that is on my shoulders to continue to help uplift us. And that's why I brought the Butler County Junior Law Academy here. And I am so proud of the students that were part of it, because I wasn't given that opportunity at you guys' age. At you guys' age, I was on the wrong side of the law. So I wanted to show you guys the opposite side to allow you to see and be exposed to the things that you could be before anybody told you that you could not be these things. So just to move forward, just a little bit about what's going on currently. Currently, I live in Montgomery, Alabama, and the reason why I came back is because this community left a lasting impact on me while I was in college. I loved Alabama State. I bleed black and gold. The things and the people that I met there and the things that I was involved in there are memorable, and I will never forget. And I want to continue to build on that, and I want to definitely start my career in Montgomery to see what I can do for that community, and especially what I can do for Alabama State University and the people that are part of that great institution. I also want to be involved with this community. This community has done so much for my family, and I want to pour all of the blessings that God has bestowed upon me onto you guys. And that is why I will continue the Butler County Junior Law Academy, whether we have one student or 20, 25 to 100. Continue to encourage them to be a part of the things that we are going to present to this community. Allow your friends, your family members to be involved in these things, because they are going to be good and positive, and they will yield great results. A tree is only as great as the fruit that it bears. And we want to bear great fruit in this community. Do y'all agree? So in my closing, I want to say this. I will continue to represent us as a community, African American and or otherwise. I will continue to strive for excellence on behalf of those who cannot do it for themselves. I will continue to speak and represent those who do not have a voice. I will continue to do what I can to give back to the communities that I'm part of. I will continue to impart love and true leadership and guidance to the young. I will promise you that. That is my oath to you guys. Thank you for your support.
It does my heart good to see his growth and development. And like I said, I'm big on appreciation and showing thanks and giving encouragement. So we have plaques and presentations for all of the children, but this one is for Brandon. And we have Celebration of Family at the top, and that's the name of this program, Celebration of Family, because we feel that is so important in this day and time. Brandon, God has blessed you in many ways. What you have accomplished is truly through God's guidance. Continue to trust in God, and He will continue to bless you. Brandon Price-Crum, Esquire. Love, Dad.